Grand afternoon, grand afternoon. My name is Mystic Powers, and I am here to bring you yet another one. So let's get right on into it. Okay, so this is actually the second reading I did today. The first reading was darn near 50 minutes long, and I only decided to post that one up on YouTube, but it was the most funnest reading I have done in a little bit. I had so much fun with that reading. And I decided to make that a YouTube only video. So if you want to know my YouTube channel, comment YouTube channel for this video, and I will let you know what my YouTube channel is. But we are going to get right on into it. Today is the full moon in Aries. Yes, today is the full moon in Aries, so we are channeling the full moon in Aries energy. And we are starting off with the very beautiful Kali Ma Oracle deck here. And the first one we got is Baglumakiti. And she signals a powerful time for divine protection, victory over negativity, and self-empowerment by arresting harmful words, interactions, and gossip. It encourages you to embrace self-worth, recognize your inherent power, and harness your mental and emotional control to overcome obstacles, including legal issues and destructive energies, while warding against using this power for evil intentions. This is the energy of protection from slander, gossip, jealousy, and any negative directed to you by others. So this deity here brings the energy, right, of you knowing how to shut the negative down. You shut it down quickly. Somebody start talking outside their neck about something, you quickly walking away. They like, where's she going? You ain't got time for this. So you are in the energy of shutting nonsense down. Any and all type of nonsense. If you are not in that energy, divinely guided, you are being guided to be or embody that type of energy. A positive turning point of the tide, bringing victory in your life and acting as a spiritual weapon for protection against enemies in legal matters. So this specifically, if you were going through legal matters, this card here is clarifying to you. It is representing a positive turning point of the tides, bringing in a victory. Okay? So if you were wondering if you are going to win a case or something, and you know you are in your North Node, you know you follow universal law, the law of Ma'at, then this is going to be going in your favor. And then we have blue Tara, signifies the force protection, the fierce protective protection of the Buddhist deity Tara, embodying the swift removal of energies like violence, anger, and dark magic. It represents powerful transformation and healing. inviting practitioners to embrace their inner strength to overcome challenges on their inner strength to overcome challenges on their spiritual path and achieve clarity and joy and spiritual growth. She provides protection against harm, dark spells, and negative forces, filling you with her potent energy to transform negative strikes. Okay, so as a divinely guided, as an earth angel, as a starseed, one of our main jobs to do here is to transmute all the negative energy that people are constantly putting out. We are helping to balance the energies, right? As one of our jobs is what we are here to do. But also, we are being protected against those who are working on the negative side, who do overtime work. Like, while we sitting up here, we don't only just have to be transmuting energy. We have to also be doing our healing work while healing others. We have to also be balancing spiritual with our practical life. We always have to be walking in the spirit of pure love and being considerate of how our choices affect others. We also have to know and pay attention to the words that we use, because we know that words are powerful. We also have to know that there are certain things we can't do because of the status we hold. It is not an easy task to sit up there and say that you are a starseed chosen or elect one, because that title is, one, difficult to obtain, and two, difficult to obtain to those who aren't naturally attuned to it. So divinely guided, you are being protected against any and all negative energies. At this point in time, you are operating in a Mahadeva energy, which is like the highest form of goddesses there is, right? In Hindu mythology. These people think they could throw their raggedy scraggedy old dark magic at you, and you vibrating at this type of energy, and they think it's going to affect you. Do you not see the look on her face? She is so unbothered by this energy. Now one of these women right here in front of these cars here bothered by that energy. We're like, aha, try again. So we have Kamala Devi, and she signifies grace, effortless manifestation, and contentment, reminding you not to overcomplicate things and to accept abundant blessings with gratitude. The goddess is associated with wealth generating and life forcing protection, qualities of preservation and cultivation, encouraging you to share knowledge to promote peace and love without domination. So you sitting up here, you and your divine energy, and you are able to articulate the knowledge of the divine in such a way If you was to be in a room full of every different type of person of religion and they needed to come to you and ask you for advice, no matter what spirituality it is, you will be able to articulate that advice without being dominant over that person. And that is a very powerful gift to have, because that means you have the deepest and truest understanding of the divine and how energy works. You don't necessarily need a face or a deity's name to translate that energy, but you do use it because humans are stupid. So you got to. They say that the Nakals, right? And that goes back to Lemuria. They were vibrating at such a higher frequency. Words wouldn't even be the way that they would communicate. We as humans make an immense amount of noise, especially through communication, because a lot of other species have evolved to the point to where they don't need to use words. And see, us as unevolved yet still have to use words to communicate feelings, to communicate what we are trying to explain. But you, Divine One, don't necessarily have to use a face or a deity's name to translate the meaning of the divine. You do it with ease. You're like, oh, this is same. It's a different day. What do you want to know? Oh, you want me to pray for you? Oh, but I got to do a Hindu pray? Okay, let me go on in. I got you. We have the ruined stone coming out. Ewa's horse. It symbolizes trust, loyalty, partnership, and harmonious movement. It represents the reliable cooperation between two entities working together for a shared goal, such as a horse and its rider, and signifies gradual positive change and progress and spiritual travel. Ewas can also be associated with adaptability, freedom, unification, and complementary energies. Okay? So, divinely guided, you are being given a hand as you are giving a hand. Okay? This can signify the beginning of a new partnership in a business endeavor that will bring to you great wealth. And if it's not a partnership in business, this is a partnership in love of all kinds that will unify you in a great way. Either way, this is a help from the divine as you are helping the divine. have here eyeglass. There's going to be two parts to this. Okay. Symbolizes protection, defense, and connection to the divine, spiritual growth, inner strength, and vigilance, and the importance of setting boundaries to safeguard one's well-being and modern spiritual practices. Okay, so you are being protected, but you are also being guided to protect yourself. Divinely guided. This is not going to be the first time you're going to hear me say this in this reading. Make sure you are keeping your boundaries strong. Do not allow nobody to overstep any boundary you have set in place for yourself. Okay? Do not do it. It's a trick. Run away. Right? Okay, we have Petro here. Petro signifies mystery, secrets, fates, chance, the unfolding of destiny, the potential for growth, hidden influence, and the importance of embracing uncertainty in life's complex and intricate plans for life. Petro is considered the most mysterious ruin, dealing with hidden knowledge, the unknown, and things that are yet to be revealed. So divinely guided in your meditation, when you get your downloads, you already know you are going to be given the cheat code to the test, right? The divine tells you, hey, look, this is what's happening. This is what I'm going to do. This is what you have control over, and this is what you don't have control over. So with you knowing what you got control over, right, and you already know that it's how you react to things, and you already know not to react out of ignorance, and you already know not to react out of your ego, right? Then you are surely to pass the test. And guess what, divinely guided? You pass the test. Simple. Just like that. Remember to keep them boundaries up, collective. Boundaries must be up at all times, especially today, because today is the full moon. And you already know. You must be dedicated to keeping these boundaries up and dedicated to your spiritual practices. Because while you're dedicating yourself to your spiritual practices, they can never harm you when you are in spirit's protection. If you are in your spiritual practices 24/7, you are always with spirit. And I'm not saying you got to be praying 24/7. No, what I'm saying is dedicate a time and stick to it. Cleanse out all the negative energies away from you. Get y'all spaces, y'all scared spaces clear and clean. Because prosperity is coming. This is going to be fulfilled. This is your wish fulfillment here as well. People are trying to hex and curse you from keeping this from this happening, but it came out in reverse, and that means it's not going nowhere. Their energy isn't being projected to you. It's staying right there with them. And that's what they don't understand. They're trying to find out what's going on with you through tarot card readings, but they can't figure out nothing. But you, on the other hand, High Priestess, are being guided through tarot cards. You could be somebody who's really talented in reading tarot. So you know all the answers. You are literally 10 steps ahead of your enemies. There is no blind spot you can't see. So if these people are thinking that they can play in your spiritual blind spots, there are none. That's why it's so important for the divinely guided to keep them boundaries up and move in silence. That was part 2 of this reading, and I will see you over in part... Y'all, what's wrong with me? This is part 1 of this reading, and I will see you over in part 2.